trait. Never, ever give up.
Soccer star Megan Rapinoe also awarded a Medal of Freedom.
Beyond the World Cup titles and Olympic medals, Megan is a champion for essential American truth that everyone is entitled to be treated with dignity and respect.
25-year-old Olympic gymnast Simone Biles is the youngest to ever receive the award.
You can do anything you put your mind to, and to just speak up, be authentic.
Actor Denzel Washington missed the ceremony because of COVID. And Beyonce makes music history. Her new single has the third artist ever to have 20 top 10 hits on the Billboard Hot 100 as a solo artist and 10 as a member of a group, Destiny's Child. The other Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. Time on the roundup, 8 past the hour.
It is 7:08 at the Bay Area's news station KCBS. Sunshine expected throughout the afternoon today with warming temperatures. Good morning, I'm Melissa Colross, and just ahead on KCBS, more on the reaction to the shocking assassination of Japan's former prime minister. Let's head over to your local Honda dealer's traffic. I'm Wonderly. She's helping you get around this morning, and we've got some problems on Highway 4. Yeah, it looks like those have largely cleared up, but there was a hit-and-run crash. A motorcycle is down. You may still see some activity out here around the Bay Point area. Bailey Road was westbound, then it turned out it was actually eastbound side, but it's westbound that's still lingering slow pass. That's all that's left of that commute. Westbound Interstate 80 slows at Albany Hill coming down toward Gilman, then things loosen up here. There was a hit-and-run crash near Ashby Avenue, but no lanes are blocked. Bay Bridge, yeah, the metering lights are still on, but there's not a whole lot to meter. We're just seeing a little bit of sluggish traffic on the span as you make your way into San Francisco. Not bad. Freeway's been pretty light. Southbound the Chilton Auto Body collision cam, not finding any crashes or stalls, barely a bit of way south from about Tennyson heading down into Union City. We see a little bit of crowding on the freeways, but overall traffic volume's been very light this morning. Your next update, 7:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Well, the morning overcast isn't being quite so stubborn this morning. It's already dissipating, and we should be sunny in the afternoon. Highs getting into the 60s at the beaches, 70s by the bay, and into the upper 80s inland. Mostly clear tonight with lows in the 50s, and into the mid-80s. However, warm-up really begins in earnest on Sunday. We've got traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 7:10. Reaction continues to flow in from leaders around the world in the wake of the stunning assassination of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. KCBS's Mike DeWald joins us live now to report Abe was shot dead while delivering a campaign speech. Mike.
Instances of political violence are also extremely rare. Richard Samuels is a professor of political science and director of the Center for International Studies at MIT.
There's political passions, to be sure, but there haven't been violent political passions clashing in this for a very long time.
Shinzo Abe was Japan's longest-serving prime minister. Samuel says Abe proved to be an effective leader, despite entering office with some reservations.
Exceptionally pragmatic and very skilled at winning the trust and confidence of world leaders and managing mercurial ones like Donald Trump.
Despite being out of office, Abe was still deeply entrenched in Japan's politics. Samuel says he was one of the country's power brokers.
Japan and the rest of the world has lost the leading.
In a statement, President Joe Biden says he's stunned, outraged, and deeply saddened by Abe's death. Reporting live, Mike DeWald, KCBS.
Thank you. Dark the divide has been. KCBS reporter Keith Manconi joins us live now with more. Keith.
That's right, Melissa. Good morning. So many people have died of COVID-19 that the life expectancy for all Californians has dropped by nearly 2 years. The drop-off, though, for Californians has been considerably larger. Life expectancy dropped from 82 years before the pandemic to just under 77 years after the pandemic struck. What's driving the disparity?
Know really what race a person is.
Dr. Hamish Adalja, senior scholar at the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, he points to a range of factors that have made the virus more deadly for racial minorities, including workplace conditions and underlying health challenges.
There also may be lack of ready access to healthcare providers, to monoclonal antibodies, to antivirals.
Ultimately, he says these findings underscore the need for more medical support.
So that could be addressed that would not only deal with those issues like diabetes, obesity, more resiliency during a pandemic.
Reporting live, Keith Manconi, KCBS.
Thank you, Keith. A wildfire has shut down part of Yosemite National Park until further notice. The Washburn fire now has burned between 60 and 70 acres near the lower portion of the Mariposa Grove of giant areas on the southern edge of the park. Crews are fighting the fire both from the ground and the air. KCBS News Time 7:13 will get a sports update in just 2 minutes.
I'm Liam May from KCBS Foodie Chat. Healdsburg Wine and Food Experience.
So dish number one, we use our spice that has, it's very aromatic. It has a little bit of like mango, a little bit of coconut, a little bit of sweetness to it too. On Rice Krispie, or on Special K.
I love that. I love it. And you love to cook with cereal. Crunchy. You love crunchy.
It's delicious, and when you put butter on Special K, I mean, it might lose its whole, like, dietary thing that's happening, but it's the spice on it. You could just eat that. We were talking about how we would just eat that, like, at the movies. It's like, instead of popcorn, or just, like, as a bar snack or something. But that, along with some shrimp that we butterflied, pickles, little blueberries, so there's so many different flavors going on in textures.
Definitely, more info on the two recipes at kcbsradio.com and click on Foodie Chat. Foodie Chat is presented by Trimark, partnering with independent restaurants. Trimark brings you innovative product solutions to help your hospitality business thrive. TrimarkWest.com.
When flying insects show up in your home, how do you get rid of them? Quickly clapping every single one? Aimlessly swatting back and forth? Hanging fly strips in your living room? Ew, ew, ew. Instead, try Zevo Traps. Zevo uses light, not chemical insecticides, to attract and trap bugs, working continuously so you don't have to. Zevo. Deadly. Now at a store near you.
Why does he feel good? Because he has all the hot water he needs. Now you can catch the feels with a Napa tankless hot water heater. Imagine all the water you want for as long as you need. No wasting money and energy. No more cutting that shower short. Just hot water all the time, every time. So feel good. The Napa tankless hot water heater. Visit tanklesswastesimple.com to learn more.
Coming up on KCBS, San Francisco is set to swear in its new DA. KCBS News Time 7:15. Let's head over to your local Honda dealer's traffic center. Not there. We're going to go to the Chevy dealer's sports desk. That's where we talk to Joe. He started doing traffic now. That must be kind of weird. But instead, you're going to be talking about the frustrations for the Giants.
Well, traffic and sports, I can do it all. Whatever you need, I'll be here. Point of the season, and the results looking much different than the team had a year ago when they won 107 games. San Francisco now just one game over 500 on the year and just 1-7 in the month of July. That after last night's 2-1 loss to the Padres in 10 innings. Giants didn't collect their first hit until the 6th inning last night, and they didn't manage to tie the game until the 9th, but that did give them a chance in that forced extras. San Francisco unable to take advantage of the runner starting on second base. They couldn't score in their half of the 10th. San Diego did not miss their chance to take advantage. Outfield pitched in, especially in the corners. 3-1. Plenty deep enough. Disappointed Dave Fleming on the call for NBC Sports Bay Area. Giants starter Logan Webb saddled with a no decision. Just one run over 8 innings. He says despite another loss, the team still has faith they can be better than their record shows.
Unfortunately we didn't, but I think if you look back at a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I don't think we come back in that game. And I think that's a step in the right direction. I know it's not what, fans want to hear other people here, but I think as a team that gives us a little joy. You know what I mean? Because it felt like we were going to win that game no matter what. That's the feeling that we need to have all the time.
Well, the Giants struggling to find the silver lining after another loss. They've now lost 13 of their last 17 games. From the sports desk, Joe Hughes, KCBS.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author and star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economists and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs from Wharton, MIT, and Stanford share a strange concept called the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income with the same dollars saved, and your money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right, if the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get a free copy of this brand new movie, The Baby Boomer Dilemma, at 1-800-960-8585. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free. I'll even pay your shipping and handling, no credit card required. So don't delay, call right now. 1-800-960-8585. That's 1-800-960-8585. 1-800-960-8585.
A bad team facing a good team is never completely out of it.
Nick Costos, Better You Bet. 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern on the BetQL network.
There's 162 games in the season. The best teams are going to lose 60-plus times, and the worst teams are going to win 60-plus times. Each side is its own individual entity. That's what makes betting on the baseball regular season so much fun.
All the insight you need to bet smarter is at BetQL.com. And listen to You Better You Bet and Ken Barkley streaming weekdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern on Odyssey.
KCBS traffic and weather time with the 6-day forecast coming up. But first, we've got our eyes on the roads with Kim Wonderly. Pretty easy going, Melissa. We are looking at the Silicon Valley. No issues on 280 or Highway 85. Barely slow even on 101. We see a few brake lights on North 101 around the 280 split out toward McKee. It's just a little bit of sluggish traffic, but after that you look fine, even all the way into Mountain View. Mountain View has yet to back up really this morning. Looking at the Bay Bridge, metering lights are on, but the backup at the toll plaza is still just in that area adjacent to East Park lot. We see some crowding along the upper deck coming into the city, but not much of a dip in speeds. Richmond San Rafael Bridge looks fine. Westbound 580 a little bit slow around Stenmark as you make your way out to the toll plaza, but after that it's moving very well all the way to the Marin County side. And we do have word of a vehicle that wound up in a ditch. Solano County, this is in Fairfield, eastbound 80 just after Campus Parkway, so you might see emergency heading to the scene, but it doesn't appear that any lanes are blocked, at least not yet. Your next update, 7:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast now. Save up to $600 on select Mancini Sleep World. Darren Peck joining us from the KPIX5 Weather Center. And Darren, the overcast, it's not hanging around as much this morning.
It's not. It's kind of like we're getting a little bit of a break from the no sky July. Don't get me wrong, it's cloudy at the coast. There are low clouds coming in over the deck of the Golden Gate Bridge, right in that immediate opening to the Golden Gate. Everybody else is waking up to blue sky today, and that's the way it's going to stay. But on the flip side of that, we're cool onshore flow, and that means daytime highs today for many of our warmer spots are still only like mid to upper 80s. That's pretty good, considering we got a bit of a warm-up coming our way for Sunday and Monday. So if you're mid to upper 80s today inland, low to mid 70s Bay Shoreline, Saturday's very much like this, but then Sunday and Monday the temperatures are going to jump, and we'll be looking at temperatures in the low 90s, maybe even mid-90s for some of our warmer inland spots for Sunday and Monday, maybe into upper 70s, maybe a few low 80s, Bay Shoreline. By then, it doesn't last long though. It's like a 2-day warm-up, so right about average, and then we cool back down again for much of the rest of the 6-day forecast after that. I'm meteorologist Darren Peck with your KCBS KPIX5 First Alert Forecast.
Thank you, Darren. We've got traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. San Francisco's new district attorney will be sworn in later today. KCBS's Megan Goldsby reports Mayor London Breed's pick to replace DHA Boudin played an instrumental role in his recall campaign.
Inside San Francisco City Hall, Mayor Breed said she'd gone through many interviews to help her decision.
What they wanted most out of a district attorney in this city was someone who, yes, would make sure that reforms are not forgotten, but that accountability had to be an important part of the equation.
Something she says Brooke Jenkins can balance. Jenkins The SFDA's office in protest over her former boss Chase Aboudin's handling of the job, and then was a fixture in the ultimately successful recall effort against him.
We are a city of second chances, but the truth is we have to draw people who choose hate, violence, and a life of crime. I do believe that I am uniquely prepared to address the most serious crimes that are affecting San Francisco. But it's not just violent crime that must be the priority of the DA's office. No longer can we be indifferent to property crime.
She'll need to run to keep her new job in November. In San Francisco. Yes.
The number of people considered to be food insecure is on the rise across the Bay Area since the beginning of food banks. However, as KCBS's David Welch reports, other organizations are stepping in to fill the need.
On the surface, Berkeley Food Network may seem like a typical food bank, but as Executive Director Sarah Weber explains, the way they carry out their mission of feeding the hungry is a little different.
So we're really committed to providing the kinds of foods that people want that aren't typical food bank foods.
That means sourcing food donations from a diverse cast of contributors.
Berkeley Bowl West gives us a lot of amazing food.
And it means contributing their own resources to securing other high-quality food.
Regeneratively grown, locally grown produce.
And by providing this type of food, Weber says they end up saving their clients much more money in the long run.
We've learned from surveying our clients that high-quality proteins, really good produce, is the thing that is the most expensive for them to buy. So they can buy the white pasta or the white rice or those other items that are typical for food pantries. So we're actually saying, oh, yes, let's get you the food that really will make a difference for you.
David Welch, KCBS.
A company that runs a sand mining facility has been ordered to pay nearly $370,000 to it discharged wastewater into Alameda Creek. The State Water Resources Control Board says the Mission Valley Rock Company failed to properly decommission a pipeline that wound up rupturing, clouding the creek water and leaving several inches of sediment in the creek bed and along the bank. Mission Valley Rock removed the damaged pipe, cleaned the creek bank, and retrained its employees, but was unable to remove sediment from the active creek channel, according to water officials. Money Watch time on KCBS, and big changes are on the way, or they may be here for the Bay Area housing market. We get details from Jason Brooks.
80s, Bay Shoreline.
Hang on one second, Jason. Once again, I have not dialed you up properly, so let's find you. There you are.
And we are here. Lots of buttons on that board, Melissa. Always impressed that you're able to run it as smoothly as you do. Northern California housing markets are finding out that drift back down to earth. Right? That 5 of the 10 housing markets that have pulled the fastest in 2022 are San Jose, Oakland. Prices have soared in the Bay Area. San Jose and San Francisco prices each averaging above $1.5 million. And with mortgage rates now at more than decade highs, that's crushing home buyer demand. Redfin says supplies are also increasing in those Northern California markets. And the good news for home buyers is that homes are rarely selling for above asking price now after years of bidding wars. Seattle, Boise, Idaho, Denver, San Diego, and Tacoma, Washington round out the top 10 markets. Cool down. Stock market cooling off a little bit today after the stronger than expected June jobs gain likely keeps the pressure on the Federal Reserve to maintain aggressive rate hikes. Dow lower by 43 points, NASDAQ down 42, S&P off by 8. On the Money Watch, Jason Brooks, KCBS.
Thanks, Jason. The Money Watch sponsored this time around by the Shane Company.
I see so many customers who have struggled to find a wedding band at other stores. When they come to Shane Company, they find the one. Not only do we have the widest selection of unique wedding bands, find the perfect band to complement your engagement ring. Even if it's an heirloom ring. You can play around with stacking bands, try contour bands, or just go with something simple. There are so many options. We also have handsome men's bands, hundreds of styles to choose from in every price range. You might have no idea what you want, but we'll take the time to show you different metal types. You can even build your own with our online tool. And we offer a free lifetime. Come see us and we'll help you both find a band that you love wearing every day. For some helpful tips, check out our online wedding band guide.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com. Hi, this is George with New Life Property Investments, and I buy houses in cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, 490-2000. I can pay cash and close in as little 3 days, I buy houses in any condition, any price range, in any location in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm a private real estate investor